Hello, it's Barbara here from Inside Out Radiance Health Coaching, and I decided to share something with you which was inspired by a post I've seen on social media about a lady from 18th century Scotland called Elizabeth Blackwell, who became famous as an author of a herbal book which then became a reference guide for apothecaries and various other medical establishments around the country. But the history of how that came about is quite interesting, and it also connects with some of my own family history, not directly through her, but something I wanted to share. So let me just read you the post that I've seen, and then I'll explain the link. So the post is as follows. In 18th century Scotland, Elizabeth Blackwell faced a difficult challenge when her husband was thrown into debtors' prison. With her family's future at risk, she came up with an ambitious plan to secure his release and pay their debts. Elizabeth decided to create a comprehensive guide to medicinal plants, a project that required artistic skill and scientific precision. She moved near the Chelsea Physical Garden in London to have access to fresh plants for her work. She took on the massive task herself. Elizabeth would draw the plants, engrave the copper plates for printing, and then hand colour each of the 500 illustrations. Her husband, a physician himself, assisted from his prison cell by writing the description for each plant. The result was a curious herbal published in weekly instalments between 1733 and 1739. The work was an immediate success. Not only did the book's earnings free her husband from prison, but it also became a standard reference text for doctors and apothecaries across Europe for many years. And Elizabeth Blackwell's determination turned a personal crisis into a lasting contribution to botany and medicine. So I found this post really fascinating and immediately made me think about my great-grandfather, who was a self-taught herbalist. And if you watch the next part of this video, which I've recorded a few years ago as part of my story, how I became a nutritional therapist and health coach, that will explain exactly what I mean. So watch the next part of the video, enjoy it, and if you'd like to comment, please feel free to leave some comments too. Another significant influence on my interest in natural health early on in life, and also on my future choice of career in that field, came from someone I never met in person, but who was a bit of a family legend. It was my maternal great-grandfather, a self-taught herbalist who practiced in Poland and helped many people over the course of his long life. Grandad Jan, who was a forester and who lived in the woods, chanced upon a herbal compendium that was written for a Polish queen by her court medics a few centuries ago. He taught himself Latin to understand the writing in the book, and then used the knowledge contained there as a basis for building his own healing practice. I myself used to read herbal books as a teenager and was really excited to learn about a multitude of problems they can help us with, as well as the fact they are great when used preventatively too. One of the best ways of using herbs for that purpose is by including them in our food as seasoning, making them into teas, using either fresh or dried ingredients, and also by making herbal tinctures and vinegars with them. I embraced that trend and made tinctures and medicinal vinegars for my kitchen pantry, with a variety of herbs and spices, as an antidote to all the germs that have been flying around for a while. And fingers crossed, it really paid off so far. I also foraged for elderflowers and elderberries, linden blossom and wild garlic, and then put them to a really good use. So now that you've watched my video, found out a little bit about my family history and the heritage of my great-grandfather's herbalist work, I maybe got inspired to include some more natural health practices into your life, I wanted to invite you to sample a little bit of my work in the form of an ebook. It's a guidebook on how to make a home spa, holistic home spa, with a difference in the comfort of your own home, and include some wonderful recipes for when you doing that rejuvenation and taking your time to replenish yourself, but it can be used at other times as well. You've got some great embodiment mindfulness practices now. You've also got some ideas for recipes, simple recipes made with natural ingredients, which you can use during the spa period, but also again on day-to-day basis. So if you're interested in finding out more about it and maybe trying out some of my ideas and suggestions in that, I'm going to direct you to where you can get it from, and if you go on to the next slide, the address is there. So download the ebook if you feel guided to, and feel free to leave me some comments as well underneath these videos. I'm always interested in the feedback so I can improve my work and come up with some more ideas how I can best serve everyone in the future.